welcome back to another episode of the Urban Experience.
Welcome.
Alright, I'm Braylon, this is my co-host.
And I'm Sheila.
Alright, so Sheila, welcome back. How did your week go this week?
I had a great week. How about you?
I did too. I wish it warmed back up. Atlanta got me ready to move back to Florida.
It did. Yeah, little ice patches here and there, yeah.
yeah. But so for this week, we had a couple things to talk to you guys about. Just a couple things we saw on social media.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing that's been going around a little bit is T.U.E. He had some comments that we want to discuss with y'all this time. So what T.U.E. said was that he said that women prefer dudes that get a lot of bitches and a lot of women,
A lot of bitches, yeah. They got bitches, yeah.
Yeah, so he got a lot of women and whatnot. And, he said, he alluded to, that misogyny, that confidence, that, everything that come along with dudes that, deal with a lot of women and whatnot. So I know how I feel about it, but I wanted to get, the woman's perspective on that.
So he's saying he likes women that get a lot of attention from dudes?
No. He's saying that women like guys that get a lot of attention from women that might be dealing with multiple women and stuff like that.
No. Yeah, I know. And that I do not agree.
You don't agree?
To each his own, but I personally don't want a guy who every woman is after, right? No, I don't.
I beg to differ. I feel like the dude that got it going on, he dealing with a lot of women. I don't want to, but I done been in that place in my life at one point in time, dealing with a few different females at one point. And I just feel like, it just once you get one, there's 20 more come. They might see how you treat this girl, or, you know what I'm saying? They start wanting her position or whatever, so they start coming towards you or whatever. So I feel like, and I feel like it's a certain confidence that, that brings the woman along too. You know what I'm saying? I feel like as a woman, you don't want to be around a dude that, you can tell when a guy don't got confidence in himself for real. And I feel like that.
So I'm saying, so you being with a woman that's sought after by a lot of guys make you more confident?
No.
Wait, I don't think I understand.
Okay, so what T.I. is saying is that he's saying that women want a guy that attracts a lot of women.
I would say yes. I see what he's trying to say, but personally, I've had guys. I've had an older guy actually who used to work with me who told me, I think it's better for you to find you a 7 and be with you a 7. And what he means by that is that guy is gonna treat you like a queen. He gonna make sure you're good, and it's not he gonna let you know it's not competition out here. I only want you. And that, I don't know if he said 7 because that kind of man is gonna be less confident, or because I don't want an unconfident man, but I do want a guy that treats me good.
For sure.
And from what I've experienced, the guy who has a lot of women on him, that guy right there is probably not going to be the best for you because he know he has options. He know he has bitches.
Yeah. And
he know that, one wrong move you make, it's proven to me that those are the guys that's ready to get the hell on and go explore their options. I've seen it too many times, Braylon. Too many. Too many.
But okay, so the dude that is out here, popping, he got different women and stuff like that. So you wouldn't talk to him at all, or you would just entertain him on a certain level?
I would, because and my thing is, you're innocent until you're proven guilty. So I'm not gonna go by what I've heard, or then he dog women, or he not gonna wife you, because people gonna tell you. Because if he popping, people have experienced him.
Yeah.
And they're gonna tell you what they have to say because they might not have had the best of luck with him, and they damn, I don't want her to, be the one that he end up wifing.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But I feel like that worked the opposite way for women. Though. I feel like it's a double standard because dudes we don't necessarily want the girl that done been with everybody.
Yeah.
But even if we do, but I say this even if we do, we'll deal with you low key. But if I deal with you, I know you've been out here. All right, we might kick it low key, but I'm not finna. You might. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to walk in the club with a girl that, she know the security guard, she know the DJ, she know.
But she can know them, but what if she ain't been with them though? She just knows them.
Man, this Atlanta, they do not go like that, man.
So basically, you wouldn't date a popular chick.
I would, but to a certain extent. We can kick it, I'll come to your spot, you come to my spot. But as far as us being in public, kicking it,
But why? So basically, you are discrediting her because she's popular. She has 50,000 followers on Instagram, her Twitter, or whatever's going on. But because she's popular and because she's known, you assume maybe that she's been ran through. She's been with people.
I mean, yeah, but you could kind of like, you kind of know like. But I say this, all right, dudes would rather deal with a girl we know what's going on with her. Like, we know, like, if we feel like you a hoe, we'd rather know that. Like, we don't want to, like, have to find out the hard way. Like, I'd rather you just be honest with me and I know how to move accordingly. Like, but I don't want you, like, all right, I'm going to play like a good girl, this and that in his face. But then when we go out, like, you know, like, every dude that been there before, like, you might be out with a girl and, like, you getting all these looks from, like, 20 niggas or whatever you at.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'd rather deal with a girl where I know what's going on with her, I know how to deal with her, rather than dealing with a girl that probably a hoe but trying to play the good girl role.
But just ask and don't assume though, because them looks might be coming from the fact that they like, dang, I almost had
a certain type of look though.
I almost, but they could be trying to intimidate you. I almost had her, but you know, I'm gonna make him feel some kind of way because I didn't have her. You understand what I'm saying?
I think what you're saying, but it's a certain type of look where a nigga like almost laughing at you for real.
Yeah.
Like, so it's just,
you don't want to feel like a clown out here in Atlanta.
Yeah,
but,
so I'd rather girl just tell me like, ooh, I'm out here doing this, whoop, whoop, so I know how to deal with
But you gonna ask her that though?
No, I ain't saying I'm out here asking no body counts or whoever, nothing like that. That ain't my business.
Other people you've been with, yeah.
Yeah. What you did before we was dealing with each other, that's your business. But like, you know, if you know you out here still doing you, put me on the game.
It's Atlanta, and a lot of people. It's a lot more of a dating city than it is a relationship city. So you gotta, that's something to take into consideration. So like, it's degrees of separation. If she's not been, okay, I can't speak for you. For me,
go ahead.
If they have not been with like my immediate homie or my, somebody I'm really close to or they close to or somebody that it'll be uncomfortable, it's fair game because like the ratio for women to men is not there. So it's like, I can't weed everybody out because, oh my gosh, he's known in Atlanta. He knows my homegirl. He follows my homegirl. So I'm not going to date him because, because I can't do that. I will be single forever. Yeah. Like I really will. But like, where does it stop for you? Like if she dated your homeboy, would you date her? Not had sex, but if she just went out on a date with your homeboy.
I mean, what you mean went on a date? Like they just went out?
He took her to eat. They hung out a few times. They never had sex.
Would I date her? Like she would be my girlfriend?
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay.
But dude,
and that's why a lot of women in Atlanta are still single because I feel like a lot of men maybe do think like you, and that's fine. But that's an obstacle for single women in Atlanta. It is.
We could kick it though, like you feel me?
Nobody want to kick it.
We could kick it though, but we ain't finna be just boyfriend and girlfriend for real. We could kick it though. We could hang out, kick it like that. But boyfriend and girlfriend, nah.
Right.
But dudes, we got a rule like speaking to like if she dealt with my homeboy or not. Like dudes, it's just like my bitch is your my bitch is your bitch, but not my wife. So like
my bitch is your bitch, but not
my wife. Yeah. So like, all right. We might kick it with the same girls, but I can't lock in with her unless you know what I'm saying. Like you can kick it with a girl I kicked it with, but not my wife, like not my main thing.
So it's like recycled.
Not recycled, but it's just like all right, girls. I mean, we all out here. We all gonna deal with different people or whatever. But you dealt with somebody on a certain level. You're like, nah, she off limits. You can't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But.
That's disturbing, but okay. That's disturbing.
That's disturbing. What's that?
It is. I think I'm like slowly losing hope because
it
makes you, like as for me, like I'm very selective with who I date because of that. Like I know that word gets around. So if I might end up eventually running into your friend, but I can't date them because I dealt with your friend a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm very selective with who I date. Like, do I think this could actually go somewhere? If not, let's not even hang out. We can be Instagram friends. You can have my Instagram, and we can chat with them.
So you got here giving dudes your Instagram with no intention on like talking to them for real?
No, I'm saying like oh, hey, can I get your number? at Sheila Sellers.
But what's the difference in that? What's the difference in giving somebody your number and giving your Instagram? Because they can still DM you or whatever.
Right, but I don't have to answer. I can block it. But it's like your number. Like I can be, consistently nagged or unsolicited like conversation. Like we're busy. Like, I guess everybody's busy. I don't really care how old you are. Everybody has something going on. Like, I don't have time to entertain things that I don't want to entertain. Like, I really don't.
Yeah, for sure. I done went and got another phone just for that exact reason. And
wow.
I still be on the phone all day.
The more we talk, the more I lose confidence in dating in Atlanta. But go ahead.
I mean, Atlanta not really the place to be trying to lock in with somebody. Because everybody come here to
my
just...
city.
Yeah. And I ain't really feel like that till like, I lived in LA for a few months. Maybe like a year or two ago. And like I didn't realize how much I really mess with Atlanta because it's like everywhere you go is all black people. Like when you go out to the clubs, like every song. And I ain't really realize how much I mess with Atlanta on that level till I went out there.
So what's your whole take on the whole thing with the women and
Yeah, I mean I definitely agree with what T.U.E was saying. Like women, like you want. I feel like women want to be with a dude that got some confidence about himself, got a little swag about himself. Dressed nice, he take pride in himself and what he got going on. So I definitely agree with T.U.E on that. And even like Future, where he was like, "Oh, you gonna cry in that Toyota or this Rolls or whatever he said."
Yeah.
So I feel like it's just that, like you'd rather have a good time with a dude that's popping, might put you through a little few things here and there, rather than being with a lame that's gonna be driving Toyota Camrys and
yeah. And you want to date a chick that if y'all get to that point and you take her home. That they like, dang, Neff, that's you? That's you? Because they ain't saying that. That means you got to think back, like, dang, my uncle's not even impressed. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I brought you around the family, they're not impressed. Like, this is not, I don't know, we can, how far we can really go kind of thing. So I get it. I get it.
Yeah, for sure.
I get it.
But another thing that was real popular this week was the whole incident at True Kitchen. Where the restaurant owner, he owns a brunch restaurant. And, he had some drinks going, good music playing, this and that. And then, like, the women in the restaurant, they got up, they started twerking.
Yeah.
He claims that it was some footage he went out and, like, went over there and talked to him, like, hey, can you chill out, have a seat? I don't really,
That's not what he did.
Yeah. So,
he could claim that, but it was deeper than that. It was deeper.
Oh, okay. But, yeah, and then, so... He eventually came back out and, he kind of cussed them out, like, get y'all ass out my restaurant with this ghetto shit, this and that, woo. So how did you feel about that?
So my whole take with that is, it's levels to it. So first of all, he had a DJ. Okay. So if you have a DJ, you are putting me giving me the feels of day party vibes, right?
Right, and I feel like that's the whole thing with brunch. Like when you go to a brunch restaurant, are you expecting like a day party vibe, or just to have breakfast, lunch, or what are you expecting when you go to a brunch place?
If you don't have music, if it's like literally just mimosas and waffles and fried chicken, I'm expecting we're gonna sit down and we're gonna chill. But if I have a DJ playing like some really good music, which I heard on the video, like you are inclined to want to twerk. Am I saying that it's okay? No, it's not okay, but he cannot blame them for a whole vibe and an atmosphere and an aura that he set.
Right.
And it just kind of reminded me of like, I don't know how things were in Sarasota, because if you're tuning in again, you'll know that like Braylon's from Sarasota, so I don't know how things were there. But in Atlanta, like, you'll be at lunch and you might have about, 2-3 people, they start, putting the pencils on the desk and they start making a beat and people start rapping. And then, everybody in the lunchroom get real rowdy, right?
Yeah.
And then the teacher come in, everybody got silent lunch. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just like, but why not put that one table on silent lunch instead of putting the whole damn B lunch on silent lunch? You understand what I'm saying? So it's like he came in, the guy came in, the restaurant owner came in, and he basically tells the DJ to cut the music. Okay? And he basically started cussing him out. He said, I made this atmosphere to be, somewhere that women can be respected and men to respect women and y'all to enjoy good food. He said, if you cannot abide by that, get the fuck out my restaurant. That was his words.
Yeah.
Get the fuck. So I'm spending my money, and you just told, I don't care if you weren't talking to me and if I weren't twerking, you just said, get the fuck out my restaurant. So to me, that's just as ratchet and alley as somebody twerking.
Right.
So you're just as wrong. So my thing is, how could it have been handled differently? Like, you could have went to the table or tables that were twerking and, talk to me or ask me to leave, but to address the whole restaurant like that, like, I wasn't the one beating on the table with the pencils and in lunchroom, and then you told me we got salad and lunch. I didn't do anything. I'm offended.
Yeah, but I feel like it is like a deeper conversation, like rooted in all this. So like, do you feel like twerking is ratchet? So like,
yes.
it is ratchet. So if you went out to the brunch place, you know they playing some City Girls, you know had a few mimosas, they had bottomless mimosas this morning. Your song come on.
I'm gonna move in my seat. And
that's you ain't gonna get up and just twerk.
No, but I'm in a different state in life, so I just feel like that's not.
If you was in your, like, I don't know, but like I don't know. I don't feel like where do black people go to?
To a club. You go to a club. You go to an actual day party. Like Atlanta is full of it. Like you can go to, what's it called? I can't think of it.
What, Medusa?
Sure, I don't know. I don't really club like that anymore. But like, go to an actual day party. But that man, I get it. I understand where he came from. But like, I'm sure he probably went back that night and said, "Oh my gosh, like that's embarrassing. Like I just pretty much embarrassed myself as well." You know, it's a different way he could have came about it. That's all I'm saying.
But it's just like, but why do we have black restaurants though? If we can't go to like the restaurants, and all right, he playing all the music that's playing in the club. He got like they had pictures of like the frozen drinks that he had in there. That, you know, it came in like a Patron glass or like a Douce glass. It's like a mixed frozen drink. Like that's something that you would see.
So you
in
feel
the
like
club.
he set it up, yeah.
Yeah, like you got the whole club atmosphere. So like, where do we go so we can enjoy ourselves and like without having standards that are set by like other cultures? Like,
right.
Like I feel like if you have a black restaurant, you got the whole club atmosphere. You playing our music and like twerking. Like whether we want to admit it or not, twerking is like our culture now. It's like a staple of our culture in a way. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's a time and a place. It's not a club though. It is a restaurant. You understand what I'm saying?
With a club
like,
atmosphere?
He just wanted to give y'all a vibe.
Yeah, and he had a problem with her being like standing on his furniture and being on the glass. Like I get that, you know, the restaurant manager, you know, you trying to avoid paying for new this and that. So I kind of get that. But I don't know. I felt where he's coming from, but I also felt the other side where people were like, you know, we have black establishments, black restaurants where we're supposed to be able to go and feel safe and be able to do what we want to do. Because, like, you know, Atlanta, you can go to a brunch place or whatever, day party here. Like, depending on where you go, like, it's everything on. People smoking weed in there, you rolling up on the table.
And that's where it's appropriate to twerk. You understand what I'm saying? But if you just want to go out with your homegirls and feel sophisticated, so if I want to feel sophisticated and be in this ambiance, and I you know, my food is great, my drinks are great, the music's great, then I turn to my left and she busting it down, like that's frustrating. That's not the right environment. So I get it. It's
not the right environment.
But his approach was not right either. Is what I'm saying.
But why do you feel like that's not the right environment? Like, just because she's twerking, like it's just dancing. Like if you went to maybe another restaurant that wasn't necessarily a predominantly black restaurant and people were dancing but not necessarily twerking, would you feel like they were out of pocket?
Mm-hmm. It's called True Kitchen, not True Club. Like, just go based off of where you are and what you came for. If you came to eat, what was your primary purpose? But if it's not a club, don't go there to do it. Like, I get it, but his approach was all wrong. You just wanted to see them twerk. It's okay.
Nah, I mean, I don't be caught up on it like that. I don't be caught up on it like that, but it's just like same with the 2 Chainz restaurant. They got brunch there and stuff like that. You could go in there, you know, they got bottle service in there. You could dance, twerk, whatever you want to do, but they still got good food, the same type of music and everything.
You know what? I feel what you're saying. But maybe because it's 2 Chainz restaurant, like my association is, it's okay. Because that's 2 Chainz. You understand what I'm saying? Like
2 Chainz is just a black man, right? He's an entertainer.
I know.
But why this black man over here in Dallas with True Kitchen? Well, you have to look at it a certain way. But I feel like how you say it's supposed to be sophisticated and stuff like that. But I mean, you got the club atmosphere. Like you go to STK, do they have a?
No, sir. But they're also not going to play that kind of music at
exactly,
STK.
That's what I'm
so
saying.
It's like it was a setup for exactly what was delivered.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna lie, like, you know, I'm a traveler, and right now it's on a halt right now. But like, when I get back, I've never really been to Texas like that. But I want to go to True Kitchen. I want to see what's going on. But like, you know, I'm not gonna count this man out or cancel him out because he said what he said. He might at that moment was just fed the fuck up.
Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, he did set his standard for what he wants his restaurant to be, and I think that it kind of speaks volumes because, like even after that, and like he was like, yo, this is not what I made my restaurant to be. Get the fuck out, blase. I saw something like an article or maybe something on social media where it said that he got like 3,000 new reservations or something like that. So,
yeah. I
mean, so the crowd that he is looking for is out there. So I mean, he set his standard, and then the patrons that he want, I mean, he does have them coming now. Now that he set that standard, and he got that publicity with this whole thing as well. Too.
Yeah. So I guess it worked out for him. You never know, you know, how it worked out. He said what he said, and then the new reservations better not come in there twerking. They better not, because he said what he said. Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
But
that's what happened.
But I feel like the larger thing here is just like when you set in a standard for yourself is like what you want, you know, your restaurant to be, or what you want your life to be, or the kind of people you want to be around, the things you want to entertain. Now, I think it gets to a certain point where people will look at you like a sellout, or you acting in Hollywood, or anything along those lines. Like, is that something that you've dealt with now that you like? As you like, you know, progress farther in life and you climb the ladder,
now that I'm old.
I wasn't saying that. I'm meaning like financially wise.
I'm just playing.
No, I'm saying like financially wise, because I think a lot of it comes along with money. Because like, you know, once you start getting a little money, you know, you can start. All right, I'm about to get this car for myself. I want to live in this area. Or I want this type of clothes. I want to eat at this restaurant, this kind of food. I feel like that's where you start to get that connotation with people who like, you acting funny, you acting brand new.
I feel like when people say stuff like that, if I were to say, Braylon, you selling out because you moved from Sarasota to Buckhead, you understand, or you moved from Alpharetta to or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
That's a hater. That's a hater statement.
Yeah.
Why would you be selling out for wanting to do better for yourself? Do you expect for me to make more money and not do better for myself, or you don't have children yet, but for me, want my children to live in a different zip code, or you know, have a better school to go to? Like, how is that selling out? That's me bettering myself. So by you saying that, it to me, it's you saying you can't attain something, so you just gonna shoot me down or make anybody that's associated with me feel like, you know, she ain't she ain't true to where she came from. She trying to, you know, move up there with whoever she's trying to move with. You know what I'm saying? Whoever she's trying to be by. And it's not that. It's just so happens that I want to live there for the schools for the children. Or I like the atmosphere. I always wanted to live in the city. Or I always wanted to wear, you know, a better brand of clothes, or have a certain kind of thread sheet of, you know, which kind of thing? Dang, why can't or whatever, you know, but it's like, that's not a sellout. That's just you doing better for yourself, and that's what a hater would say. Don't you agree? Do you agree that's what a hater would say to you?
Yeah, I think I'm starting to get to that point in my life where, like, you know, it just gets to the point where, all right, people might know, all right, I might have this going on, or they start to get an idea of what they think my finances look like and stuff like that. So it's just to a point where, like, I'm starting to get those little comments now and stuff like that. Like, I had a situation where, like, one of my homies, like, he was like, I was speaking to him and he was like, oh, you know, in the Bible it says that, because, you know, I always, like, since I was a kid or whatever, I always been like, oh, I want to be rich, I want to be rich, I want to be rich. Like, you know, I always talk about that. Like, I always talk about how I'm going to get some money, or, like, he'd be like, oh, I'm finna go to this party. Like, nah, I'm finna get some money. Like, you know, I always kind of, like, been that way. So, like, it's just to the point, like, I was speaking to one of my homies or whatever, and he was like, oh, you know, in the Bible says that, oh, only evil people get richer. Something he said. Like, he messed up the whole Bible verse and everything. And, like, he came to me, he was like, oh, so you still want to get rich? Like, of course, you know, like, I want to take care of my family. Like, for me, getting money is not just about, like, all right, I want to drive this car, or have jewelry, or live in this area. It's about, like, the security and stuff like that.
Right.
For me, like, I know where I came from, like, living in LaGrange and stuff like that. Like, my grandma's house, like, right behind the projects. Like, my other grandma's house, like, crackheads up and down the street. Like, it's still crackheads up and down the street to this day right now. And it's just, like, I know certain things that I went through in life. Like, I had to like somebody tried to break in my mama's house while we was in there. I had somebody break in there and like take all my video games and stuff like that when I was a little kid.
Right, you just tired of going through that. Like you don't want to subject yourself or you or your future family to that. Like
yeah, but people take it like you want money just to shit on them or feel like you're better than them. It's like, nah, bro. Like I want to live a good life.
Yeah.
Like, when I have kids, I want my kids to have a certain type of lifestyle and stuff like that. I want them to be able to take advantage of like the opportunities that I didn't have when I was a kid. Like how I was saying that, like I was always gifted and stuff like that, but I wasn't necessarily able to take advantage of all those opportunities all the time because, my mom might have had to go to work or, nobody was around to take me to places I might have wanted to go. Or, so for me to take advantage of those options. It's just people putting their insecurities on you. Like yesterday, I posted on Instagram. Yesterday was Jay-Z's birthday or whatever. So I posted this clip of him.
Fan?
Huh?
You're a Jay-Z fan?
Oh yeah, I love Hope. But it was this clip of this interview he had at High 97 where he was like, everybody's, and I've also read this in the book, I believe. But it's like the first rule of business is like everybody's scared. Like everybody trying to put their insecurities on you. They want to tell you what you can't do because they feel like they in themselves they can't do that. And I kind of feel like I deal with that a lot. So like I'm in the process of starting my own little company right now. But like I'll be like, so you ain't seen somebody in a minute. They'll be like, oh hey, what's going on? What you got going on? How's everything? So it was a point where I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to start doing this or start doing that. And blase, like, oh, nah, I think that's too hard. Or, oh, nah, that's too crowded. Or
because they don't understand.
That, and they just feel like, I feel like some people feel like they can't do it within themselves. So they're just going to tell you that you can't do it too. And then it's just not to the point where I don't even like tell nobody what I got going on.
That's why I laughed when you just said that because you literally were hesitant to even say I started my own company.
Yeah.
And I already knew where the hesitation came from. It's so much of me. And Braylon, you know this, like, and I'll tell y'all too, like, it's so much of me that doesn't want to reveal so much about myself because honestly, that hate that comes back from it, and then it makes me feel like if I do fail, like, oh shit, that's exactly what they wanted, or that's exactly what they saw coming. So it's like, I should have just kept quiet, or you understand what I'm saying? Like, it just makes you a little timid out here.
Yeah, but I think that is also a responsibility on us to like put ourselves in different rooms around like-minded people, around people with goals and aspirations and stuff like that. Cause like my cousin Carla, she's like doing well for herself, and every month, maybe 2 months, like we might kick it, go to a bar or whatever, and just talk. I kind of like vent to her and her boyfriend Jocelyn a lot. So like I might tell them like, all right, I'm thinking about doing this, or all right, what do you think about me taking this opportunity over this opportunity? It's just different options that I have going on. And that, they're doing well for themselves and they're like-minded. And, they might know some people in this area or know some people in this field. So they'll be able to give me some, their input. And it's actually valuable as opposed to, like, people telling me, nah, you can't do that.
Because if you get in a position to, like, help somebody or put them where they need to be, like, what really do you lose by putting somebody else on? Like, wouldn't that make you feel good? Like, if I knew I could help you in any kind of way, that would make me feel good. Not to say, oh man, I helped Braylon get on. He got on because of me. It's not that. It's just like you doing well, and people believe in karma for so many different reasons. But why don't you believe in? You should believe in it for the good reasons too. Like, that's gonna come back to me. I don't know how, and it's not even that I'm expecting something to come back, but like that feels good to me to be able to make. If I can do it, if that person can't help me, they can help you. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm big on that too. So like every door that I get in, I try to bring somebody with me. So like the thing I told you I had going on in LA. As soon as I got the opportunity, I was like, hey bro, like one of my homies, I was like, hey bro, just make sure you do this, take this class, make sure you get this grade, blase. And then like you'll have the same opportunity that I have, and you don't even have to go to LA. They let you choose whatever city you want to go to or whatever. So just make sure you do this and that. And he never followed up.
You could have changed his life if he's willing to put in the work.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Everybody talk about, oh, I want this, I want that, and they never take those steps or put in that work.
Yeah.
But at least that homie I'm speaking on right now, at least like he'll be like, nah, bro, I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. Or like we'll even laugh about it a few days later, and he'll be like, you know what, you was right, but me, I'm a little lazy or whatever. So he kind of joke about it, and I think he'll get himself together. I ain't trying to be on the podcast shitting on him.
Because he gonna watch it and look
yeah, that's
like,
a big thing about this whole
down.
podcasting thing. Like, it's kind of hard to like talk about.
I generalize too. I'm like, oh gosh, how can I say this without saying that? I mean, but you know, this is true, and we're gonna talk real experiences and like things we go through in our daily life. Like, to me, this is an outlet for me. Like, it's so much stuff I keep bottled up in me. It's like I can save myself the money of therapy. Okay.
Right.
This is therapy, and I'm sharing it with you all. And I hope that the first time listeners or whoever's came back to watch these episodes, that you can get insight on what we feel, Braylon's perspective as a male and my perspective as a female, like, and just how we really feel about things that are going on in Atlanta and things that are going on, period, Yeah.
So therapy, you been to therapy before?
Yes, I have. I have.
What's funny is
still am.
I tried to go this summer. I want to say in like July or whatever, but it's not for me. I don't think. Like I don't feel like I got help from that.
How many times have you went now?
I went once, but like I feel like I'm pretty open and pretty honest, so I feel like I explained my situation and what I was feeling at that time pretty clearly to the guy. But like he was just like, "Oh, man up, this and that." I was like, "Bro, I already think like that." He was like, "Oh, make sure you express yourself more," and I was like, "Bro, this is a waste of time." I want to know like why I feel this way, or like what happened in my life to where when this happens, it's a trigger for me, or like I want to get that deep into it. I don't want to just hear. I can talk to anybody and they tell you, "Oh, it's gonna be
right. I think that, and that's for anybody, for myself, for you. Like, I think that it's gonna take more than one session, because the first session is going to be a lot of you feeling like, okay, I'm comfortable enough to shed my layers with you.
Yeah.
And then you really get into the root of it. But like, it's not even that something's wrong with you, or people think, oh, he or she goes to therapy, so they're suicidal or something. No, it's not that. It's just like, in life, you have friends and you have people, your mom or whoever, they're going to tell you to man up, or they're going to tell you ain't nothing wrong with you, or you're not going to really be able to shed those layers like you can with somebody who is unbiased and who doesn't know you. Like, and it's totally healthy. And I think, you should give another chance. Just try it again.
I might, but
if need be,
Yeah, but I might give it another. But I don't know. I'm in a better space right now, but I just feel like the biggest part of it is getting that unbiased opinion from me, because like, all right, so like my cousin Carla, like we might talk about certain things or whatever, but she's my family at the end of the day, so she's gonna tell me like she's pretty good about it, but at a certain point she's my family, so there's gonna be some type of bias in there or whatever. So I think if I do go back, being able to find somebody that is unbiased and that will like get deeper into those things with me, I feel like that would be cool.
Right. Okay.
But I do think this podcast will be a better outlet for me. And maybe, hopefully, it does take the place of me going to therapy, because I ain't trying to pay these people. I can do this for free. So,
just tell everybody your problems.
No, I can't let y'all get too deep. But
and y'all follow our Instagram and DM us and tell us, tell us like things that you're thinking about and you would like to hear our opinions on, or us to talk about, and to let you know, like, a lot of things that you're feeling, you're not alone, or we can relate to, and we can talk to it together. Right.
And I feel like that was like the biggest thing that we talked about when starting this podcast, is being able to relate to everyone, and like we're not rich, famous, or anything like that. So just being able to appeal to everyone and everyday people that's not rich, famous, or Instagram famous, or anything like that. So just being able to relate to you guys, and you guys can feel where we're coming from.
That's right.
All right. Well, this is the latest episode of the Urban Experience. My name is Braylon.
And I'm Sheila. I took your shine. Go ahead. You're Braylon and what?
You can follow me on Instagram at @oneonly BRAY, @oneonly BRAY.
All right. And mine is not clever. It's just my name, Sheila, SHEILA _ Sellers, SELLERS, because I like my name, and that's who I am. All
right. And this is the Urban Experience. We'll see you guys next week.
All right, and check us out on stardawnentertainment.com, and you're watching T.U.E, the Urban Experience.